700 700 plus something.
Yeah, 700. So श्रीमद् भगवद्गीतायां 700 श्लोकाः वर्तन्ते. अत्र उद्धवगीतायां there are about 1200 shlokas. It is bigger. So before that, श्रीमद् भागवत महापुराणस्य विषये किञ्चित् चर्चां करिष्यामः कुर्मः अत्र. तो भागवत महापुराणस्य विषये किं ज्ञातमस्ति युष्माभिः? Anybody want to tell something about Bhagavad Purana, what it is in short, like 1 minute, not more than a minute or less than 30 seconds?
अहं चिन्तयामि अधिकतया भागवतपुराणे श्रीकृष्णस्य कथा प्रधाना अस्ति इति अहं मन्ये.
Sharda, you want to say something? I see you on mute.
Well, one time we did read some of this in one of my classes, and basically it was really good because it took, we had just read all of the Gita. It took like 2 years, sentence by sentence, sloka by sloka, and then we did some of this particular product, and it was very, it kind of like made it short and more, I don't know the exact word to use, but instead of being long and flowing, it was short and to the point. Do this, do that, do this, do that. This will work. And it's sad because you knew why he was telling this. But at the same time, it was really wonderful that he would express himself and explain everything all over again in a short way.
So I think you are talking about Uddhava Gita specifically.
Yes. So I'm not sure what your question was.
Question was Bhagavata Mahapuranam itself, it's the Grantha, in which this Uddhava Gita is part of this Puranam.
I see.
Yes, Lakshmikant.
ज्ञायते अपि भागवत पुराणे इति पौराणिक कथा अस्ति. अहम् एक स्कन्द मम एकनाथी भागवत is one part of that I have got, but I have not read. अहं न पठनं कुर्मः.
What Bhagavata is part of it? You said some
एकनाथी भागवत.
एकनाथी भागवत.
एक अहं जानामि, अहं न sure, but अहं जानामि it is one part of a Purana. Puranic Katha may not be a real one, but they are giving, that is what I have heard, but I do not know exactly. अहं जानामि.
Yes.
पूर्णतः.
यथा रामायण कथा रामस्य प्रधान राम इति प्रधानपात्र अस्ति, तथैव अत्र श्रीकृष्ण इति प्रधानपात्र अस्ति इति अहं मन्ये.
Yeah, good. So, okay. Before I start, anybody else want to say something? Anything about this Puranam?
महोदय, भगवतः श्रीकृष्णस्य सर्वाणि विषयानि तेन उक्तानि सर्वाणि विषयाण्यपि निक्षिप्तानि सन्ति इति मम भावः, मम मतिः।
अस्तु, धन्यवादः. So first I heard like a three four concepts here, and not 3-4, like some of them, like one was Purana, the stories may not be real, the old ones. So around that I want to add something. Yatha, so mainly अस्माकं शास्त्रेषु प्रामुख्येन विभागाः वर्तन्ते अत्र वेदाः इति, वेद इतिहास पुराणानि इति. So one we have at the very high level, Veda, Itihasa, Purana. Again under Veda we have Vedangas and Shaddarshanani and all that. But yeah, you can think all of that under Vedas, very high level. So Veda, Itihasa, Purana, and none of them is a myth. It's not mythology, including Purana. And some of you can have a different opinion, but this is just time. Just listen to me and just understand what I'm saying. If you have any other thoughts, you can put it later. But so Veda yatra apaurishaya iti uchyante. Anybody? Somebody unmuted. So Vedaha apaurushaya means they are not paurushaya. Paurushaya means not written by anybody, not composed by anybody. They are drishtaha iti. Asmakam rushibhihi drishtaha iti. I am not even using the word muni. You are rushi. Rushi jnane iti. Jnanina. So these are rushi level drashtaraha. Taihi drishtaha iti vedaha. And vedaha nityaha. Avinashinaha. Nitya ityukta, they always exist even during pralaya. So they are not like books. Veda is like a jnana. Veda nothing but tasya artha eva jnanam iti, knowledge. Knowledge is not destroyed. It may be supta or lupta. Supta, lupta, but even pralaya kalepi they will be hidden, and punah yada srushti bhavati tada vedaha punah kutra agachanti punah vyavahare agachanti drishtaha bhavanti. And vedaha anantaha. Anantaha because what is Veda? Veda jnanam, knowledge is infinite. Knowledge about what? So knowledge about primarily about Paramatma. Paramatmanah gunaha eva kirchante vedeshu. Athava vedaihi. Paramatmanah gunaha eva kirchante. And Paramatmanah gunaha anantaha. So there is no limit, there is no end to the gunas, or guna means his characters, his shakti, prabhava, ananta. So there is vedasya antaha nasti. That is one thing. So vedeshu bhagas, so you all know that. So we'll not go there. Then the itihasa. Itihasa is recent history. Itihasa. This is how it happened or existed. Itihasa iti. Itihasa or history you can call it roughly.
Punaha vigraha vadatu itihasa iti.
Itihasa. Let me write it. You see. Can you see it?
No.
Hold on. I forgot to share this. 1 second.
इदानीं दृश्यते
इति आस आस धातु. So iti asa. So this is how it existed or how it happened. So iti asmakam.
As means asti.
Asit. Asa means asit.
Asit.
So
Ha is only positive. Ha is aware. Ha is aware.
Ha is aware. So this is the recent history. Asmakam Bharatvarshasya Bharatiya Paramparayaha. Recent history. So what we have in the history, mainly the Ramayanam and Mahabharatam. Ramayanam, Mahabharatam, they are our itihasa, recent history, recently happened. Now, Mahabharatasya kalah tu prayana jnayate sarvaihi, approximately, right? So we have about 5,000 years old, Mahabharatam, Yuddham, and then there are some debates going on and all that, but around, let's say 5,000. Some people say 7,000. It's okay. But then Ramayanam is the one before that. Treta Yugasya Katha iti uchyate. But Treta Yuga Katha Bhavat. That is also a big debate. Some people say it is 11,000 years, 13,000 years. But if you actually calculate the Treta Yuga, yatra Kaliyugasya Kalamana vartate kimasti 432,000. 4,32,000 years, Kali Yuga. And double that is Dwapara Yuga. And double of Dwapara Yuga is Treta Yuga. Double of Treta Yuga is Kruta Yuga. So like that if you calculate, Treta Yuga is Bahu Puram Bhavati, like 1,28,000 something or more like this, right? Because Kali Yuga Idanyam almost like 5,000 years are over. And if you then Dwapara Yuga, Kali Yuga Samana Eva like 4,32,000. Then Dwapara Yuga is 8,64,000. Then Treta Yuga is Anta. So at least about 10 lakh years before that, Treta Yuga, that way, if you calculate. However, it's very, very debatable. A lot of Samshodhanam api idanim pravartitam vartate yatha many scholars are doing, like geological research and all that. So by that it appears, Rama Setu api vartate. It's just very difficult to imagine that since Rama Setu survives for like 10 lakh years. So that 4,32,000, 8,64,000, those kind of mana or the ratio could be for something, some other purpose. That is valid. But that could be for some other purpose to at a cosmological level or astronomical level to calculate the movement of stars and all that. But here there could be the yugas, could be the parimana of these yugas could be different. So with that, some are coming up with 11,000 years, 13,000 years, and so on. But actually, while reading this Bhagavatam itself, I found another reference. Now the scholars are there. I'm not a scholar in this calculations, Kalaganana, but they are 11,000, 13,000 with all the astronomical evidences which are given in the Ramayanam or Mahabharatam itself. They are coming with some estimates. However, with the I myself came across with some, because in Bhagavate itself, Bhagavate api the Vanshavalihi datta asti. how the Yaduvamshasya and then Raghuvamshasya Vanshavali. So this came before this happened, after this happened, after this happened, and so on. Right. So in one place I found there is a good reference, then which is very clearly it has come like at this point of time when Kunti was giving birth to Karna, then at that time from that Raghuvamsha, this person was the king in Ayodhya. So that is a good reference. I don't know how accurate that is, but that comes from Bhagavatam. Okay. Then if you calculate, if you count the number of kings in that lineage and go back, it will be about 10 to 15 people, kings, 10 to 12 maybe. So, and even if you take Manavasya Ayuh Parimanam to around Shatayu Vartate, so 100 years. And even if you take 100 years generally, but even if you take at that time, maybe, let's say, they may be living more. Like Bhishma was like 500 years old. Parashurama was very old. Even, not why Bhima, even this Virat Raja, Drupada, they were very old even fighting. Even this Dharmaja, Yudhishthira, he was like 76 years old at the time of Yuddha, Mahabharata Yuddha, fighting. Bhima was like 1 year younger, 75. Arjuna was another year younger. So like 74, 75 in that range they were fighting. And then Drupada was even very, very old, because so if you just Anumana Gatya Tatra about 200 years like that, Drupada, Virat Raja, etc.
And Sri Krishna was, I think, 82 or something.
Sri Krishna was younger than Dharmaraja.
Oh, he was younger?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, he was younger than Bhima also. Older than Arjuna.
Okay.
6 months younger than Bhima. 6 months older than Arjuna.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Sri Krishna lived about 106 years.
106. Okay.
Yeah. After the Yuddham, so
36
Rajyabhara, 36 years about 36 that.
Years. Right.
So then, what was I saying?
So you are saying about 25 kings in Raghuvamsh.
So if you even if you take, let's say, 200 per year, per king, so that about 10 means it will be 2,000 years.
5,000 years.
2,000. 10 kings into 200. So if you go back, so
10, I thought 25 into 200.
No, about 10 to 12 kings. That's what I counted.
10 to
so
12 kings. I thought 25 kings. Okay.
So 10 to 12, 10 into 200 per 2,000. So at the max, even if you take add another 1,000 years, right. So that will be about 3,000 years. So 5,000 years Mahabharatam, and go back another 3,000 years, which is 8,000 years ago, before. So around that time, I think, because even some scholars, they say about, some have come up with the 7,000 BC, some have come up with the 11,000 BC. 11,000 plus now 2,000 is about 13,000 years. 7,000, if you take 7,000 BC, now it is 2,000 AD, which is about 9,000. So maybe it falls in that range. Okay.
महोदय एक प्रश्नः अस्ति. योगवासिष्ठे अहं गुजराती अनुवादं पठितवान्. तत्र एका कथा अस्ति. तत्र वसिष्ठमुनि सम्पूर्ण महाभारतविषये वदति. कृष्ण अर्जुन युधिष्ठिर सर्वेषां विषये सः वदति योगवासिष्ठ रामायणस्य काले। तर्हि अहं बहु बहु आश्चर्यम् अनुभूतवान्। सम्यक् अस्ति वा इति भवान् जानाति वा?
That what I know is that Yoga Vasishtha is I know. What I know is that What I know is Yoga Vasishtha is not a valid reference book.
Oh, not valid.
Yeah, original Valmiki Ramayanam and Vyasasya Mahabharatam, they are the Itihasa. But the other Yoga Vasishtha, Tulsi Ramayana is different. That is Bhakti. But Yoga Vasishtha, which is popular, I think, because of its Adhyatma content, but it's not as a historical book or reference. It's not the valid one.
So maybe
somebody wrote it. It is not even written by Vasishtha. Somebody wrote it later and gave the name.
Okay.
Okay. So now atra then Purana. We have Veda, Itihasa, Purana. Now what is Puranam? Puranam is prehistorical. Like Asmakam history also is divided, like modern history, prehistory. Prehistory means they don't record, no recorded in the actual history what we study in the schools. But Tathaiva, Puranani, it's a record, but it's a record, but not a recent historical record. It's a prehistory, very old, very old. Because of that, you know how अस्माकं तत्र लेखनस्य तथा नासीत् पूर्वं केवलं श्रवणमात्रेण एतेषां प्रवचनं अभवत् पूर्वं. So they may not be intact how they were originally. So there have been some additions in Mahabharata Ramayana also. There has been, but is less because they are more recent. But in the Puranas there have been a lot of additions, deletions, alterations during over a period of time. However, the good thing is tesham what is remaining asmin kim asti, they have collected. There have been a lot of stories have been added, but those stories may not have happened exactly, and many of the stories they are like only upama rupena vidyanti. Upama means, like for example, Bhagavate api Puranjayopakhyanam iti asti, Puranjaya Katha. So that is like, it talks about the Sharirasya, Nashwaratvam and all that. So those are like, that talks about Puranjaya was a king, etc. So it is just like a simile, okay? Metaphor. Okay? They are more like a metaphor rather than actual happenings. However, like Avatara Katha, Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakashipu, Prahlada, Bali, Samudramantana, those had happened, but again may not be exactly what these Purana are describing. Okay? Those Purana is also Asyapi Vigraha. What Purana? Right? Pura means Prachina Kale, Ana means Shabdaha. The Katha iti. Anati is Shabda. Shabdam karoti anati. Kathayati iti. So Prachina Kale Yada Bhavat Tasya Katha iti Puranam. So now this Purana, because if might have happened in a very astronomical cross, there are many references which map to very big astronomical events which are likely. Now again, there are a lot of good research is going on this. What could have happened during that Hiranyakashipu, Samudra Manthana, Hiranyaksha, etc., where the story comes as like a Hiranyaksha or Hiranyaksha. Hiranyaksha किम् अभवत्? भूग्रहस्य भूतलस्य समुद्रे अथवा जले मज्जनम् अभवत् इति कथा अस्ति. तत्र हिरण्यकशिपुः तस्य मज्जनम् अकरोत्. अनन्तरं वराहरूपेण वराहावतारं धृत्वा श्रीहरिः तस्य उद्धरणम् अकरोत्, भूमेः उद्धरणं. So if you listen to all this, what happens? Then it feels like, oh, this, how can this happen? This is not real, right? But a lot of researches are going on. Very good people are researchers are now doing the researches now, which has come out like because a lot of data is available now. So it could have happened mostly that what that is indicating, right? That Bhumi Graha it moved from its kaksha, that which goes around sun. It has an axis, right? That kaksha asti, some plane. From that, it might have tasya skhalanam bhavat, chavanam bhavat, kinchit eva. Not like it just flew away from sun, but even if it moves like 1 degree, slides 1 degree here and there, then there will be a lot of problems on this earth. Something that has happened most likely, and there are evidences, a lot of evidence, long back. Okay? So then, how it came back, that obviously science doesn't know right now. But this something of that nature, of that magnitude might have happened, and there could have been a lot of issues, problems on this earth for living beings, human beings also. And then by some force, we don't know what, some force it came back to axis, restored. So Tadarsha yatha this astronomical things are there, they are being told in this manner. Why? Because if we write it like that, nobody is going to remember. Nobody is going to remember the Bhumi, because they are all astronomical calculations, mathematical. If you write mathematical formula, who is going to remember? Over parampara. Yeah. Whereas if we make it like a story, then everybody remembers. So whatever bhakti, whatever the andashraddha, whatever you call it, shraddha, andashraddha, they'll remember easy. Everybody, including Stri Jana, everybody remembers and becomes very popular. Yeah? It will not be forgotten. And similar technique is being used nowadays also. Yeah? I'll come to that later. When currently our nuclear reactors, which are decommissioned, they are being buried. Okay? These nuclear waste and nuclear old reactors are being buried in like some remote parts like Russia and all that, or Europe. So there also these kind of stories are being propagated. They have put some where there was a site where it is buried, because the radioactivity remains for a long time, like thousands of years. So to prevent people from actually digging it or stopping from actually exploring that area, so they have put the boards now. What boards they have put there? Not like here is a, they are not written. They are written, writing is there. Here was the nuclear site and don't dig, don't go. Okay, but who knows? Tomorrow there could be nuclear war, or there could be meteor hit here, asteroid hit. Who knows after that? After another 500 years, let's say. Also, suppose there is some calamity on this earth. At that time, some people, some people may survive, and they may not know, the new people who come here, they may not know how to read, how to write, what we have writing now. How are they going to understand that they should not touch it? So they are writing a story there, like a Bhuta, Preta, Pishacha, with the symbols. Okay? So that if anything, if we, some current generation or current Homo sapiens, they do not survive, and some new kind of species comes here, they at least know by these symbols or these stories also they're propagating, so they are not forgotten. Okay? Because if they just be very codes, things they tell about using mathematics or physics or science, chemistry, only scientists will remember it, and nobody else will remember it. So those are the techniques which are used. Atrapi. Even Samudra Manthan also, similar things has happened. Anyway. And Agastya Munehe Samudrapanam, that also. So those were like where the periods were there where there was a the Samudra was actually lost its level. There are periods, like it happens over a period. That's naturally there are cycles. Samudrasya jalasya sima bhavati, that goes down and comes up. So that Agastyapanam was actually indicating that, probably. At that time, it might happen. And then when the Samudra jalasya bhavati, then all the jalachara tatra bhavanti, tesham kim samhara bhavati, mrityu bhavati, klesha bhavati tesham. But everybody can see them easily, right? So those kind of references are probably possible. Other than there are other metaphorical kathas have also been added. Okay. So that is a Puranam. So the wholesale we cannot just reject them as these are like all myth or mythology. Yes, we need to be careful and see what they are trying to say and what is right, what is not, what is metaphor. But they have been, our ancestors have tried to preserve them in this nature, including astronomical events are too much in this. Our ancestors were very, very strong experts in the astronomy. Okay? We don't know how. Okay? There are no telescopes, there was no Hubble telescope, nothing. But they knew mostly the very good observations. We don't know how. Including the Chandra, Surya, their gati, exact calculations, and also their, and the story comes, you might already know this, the Chandrasya Kati Patnaya Santi, 27, Tara, and the Tesham Adhika Priyaka Asti, Rohini, Chandrasya Rohini, Priya Bharya, compared to all the other 26. Why? So this is a story. Rohini did this and Chandra did this, and then Rohini became closer to him and he loves her more and all that. But why? Because this is a fact. This is an astronomical fact, because Chandra stays in that Rohini star in the background for more time, and there is a astronomical calculation, and that's the truth. And that is how it is represented. He loves more because he stays more there. Anyway. So Bhagavatam, so Purananam Rachayita Kaha, or rather compose. So all the Veda also.
Vedam Vyasa.
Veda Vyasa, Dvaipayana Munihi, Krishna Dvaipayana, Krishna tasya Purvanama Krishna eva, Janmanama Krishna, because tasya Varna eva Krishna Varna asit. Like Sri Krishna asti tatayva Krishna. Janmanama Krishna, saha kutra janma bhavat tasya dvipe bhavat, इति द्वैपायनमुनिः
द्वीपया
बदरी प्रदेशे वसति इति हिमालये बदरी प्रदेशे तस्य तत्र तपः भवति इदानीमपि तत्र भवति इति जनाः वदन्ति परन्तु बदरी क्षेत्रे वसति इति कारणात् सः बादरायणिः पराशरस्य पुत्र इति पाराशरः वेदस्य भागं व्यासं विभजनं कृतवान् इति वेदव्यासः so purana means he did not actually invent, right? He did not write like stories, random story. They also were there before, compiled them into 18 mukhya purana, mahapurana.
So Mahoday, Vyasa iti vibhajanam? Okay, dhanyawad.
Yeah. So there also V plus asa, right? V plus asa. Vyasa. So this asa is same as samasa, right?
Okay.
Sam plus asa. So samasa is like a shortening. Vyasa is like widening or dividing. Viruddha padan. Viruddha pade. Samasa is sankshepyana or sankshepa or sangraha. Or vyasa is vistara.
Sam iti
samasa. You all know samasa, right? Samasa prakaranam iti vyakarane patanam bhavati.
Sam ityukte sam padasya
Somebody unmuted. Lakshmikant Mother, mute, please. Sam plus sam iti upasargah asti tatra, but sam generally means uttama, right? But here samasa, the meaning of the samasa is coming as a sankshepa.
Oh, sankshepa, okay.
So tatra अष्टादश महापुराणेषु श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराणमिति अन्यतमम् is one of them and is considered to be the last one. And asmin kati adhyayas and skandhaः santi. So some Puranas, they have different ways of calling the different chapters or parts. So for example, Vishnu Purana, etc., we have seen Ansha, some of them called Kanda, Adhyaya, etc. So in the Bhagavata Mahapurana, Skandha iti main chapter.
Adhyayah.
So within this, each skandha, there are adhyayas. The Mahabharate Parva iti main parva asti. Tasmin upaparvani santi. Tatra skandha pratyekam skandhe adhyayas santi. So this is this skandha and skanda is different, right? Skandha, this not skanda. Skanda ityapi ekam padam vartate, right? Skandam iti. Skanda. What is skanda? This skanda.
Shoulder. Is it?
Shoulder.
The skandha is the shoulder.
Yeah, that is the shoulder, and this one.
Shoulder means like arm. This top one is arm. So arm, or that is why this skandha is used as a chapter for the chapter here, Bhagavatam. Skandha, like arm 1, arm 2, you can think like that. Or the bahu. But the skandha, what is skandha? Skanda Swami.
Yeah, Muruga, Lord Muruga.
Muruga. Skandasya, Skandapadasya अनेक अर्थाः सन्ति. अत्र एक one is that it is chutam or khalitam iti, and also it also has a meaning of a strength. Skandha. Skandha So asmin Bhagavate, Srimad Bhagavat. So again, Bhagavata, there are many Bhagavatas, right? Like just like we have many Gitas. Gita iti Srimad Bhagavad Gita asti. Then there are other Gitas also, right? Do you know any other Gitas?
Ekadasha Gita.
Which Gita? Gita. Gita is Ganam. Right? Gita Ganam. Gitam. Padyam. Stutihi. Or just singing. Gita. So anything, anybody that comes with a part as a stuti or ganam, so that Gita. So prasiddham is Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Yes, yeah.
Gita is ta pratyaya. Ta.
Ta pratyaya, strilinga. So Gita, Srimad. So generally, when we say just Gita, it assumed that is Srimad Bhagavad Gita because it is the most popular one. But there are other Gitas also which are part of other Granthas, Puranas also, like for example, atra Uddhava Gita api asti. Anantaram, there are also Gopi Gitam, Naila Gita. Then we have the other like Mahishi Gita, Venu Gita.
Guru Gita.
Outside. So other Gita are also there, but if we just say Gita, generally it understood that it is Srimad Bhagavad Gita, which is 701 Krishna Arjuna Samvadaha iti. That is understood. Similarly, Srimad Bhagavatam also, there are many Bhagavatam. The other popular one is Devi Bhagavatam. Right? So, but Srimad Bhagavatam is generally understood when we just say Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam padasya utpatti ka asti Bhagavatam. What is the meaning of Bhagavatam?
भगवान से, ईश्वर से,
भगवतः
भगवतः इदम् इति भागवतम् इति भगवतस्य विषये, भगवतः विषये कथा अस्ति इति भागवतम्. अतः भगवत्याः विषये देवी भागवतं, भगवत्याः विषये. इदानीं श्रीमद्भागवतं. वाट् इस् नौ श्रीमत्? श्रीमान्, श्रीमत्, श्रीमतः भगवतः विषये कथा इयम् इति श्रीमद्भागवतं. नौ श्रीमत् is the short form of Sriman, not short form means Pratipadikam. Srimat. So Sriman iti Prathama Vibhakti. So who is Sriman now?
Sri Krishna.
Vishnu.
So what is the Sriman iti padasya nishpattihi ka bhavati? Literal meaning. That the person is Sri Krishna, but literally what does it mean? Sriman.
Is it respected? Shri refers to Lakshmi or the Dhana?
Shri asya asti iti Sriman. Right? Shrihi asya asti. Shrihi. Shrihi ityukte dhanam means Aishwaryam. Aishwaryam means we are saying Prabhutvam, Ishwaratvam. Shrihi Lakshmi. Lakshmya eva पर्यायपदम् अस्ति श्री इति. श्री भूदुर्गा इति लक्ष्मीदेव्याः त्रीणि रूपाणि प्रामुख्यं. सो अगेन अनन्तरूपाणि विद्यन्ते लक्ष्मीदेव्या अपि. यथा श्रीहरे अनन्तरूपाणि विद्यन्ते तथैव भगवत्याः लक्ष्म्याः अपि अनन्तरूपाणि तत्र श्रीभूदुर्गा इति प्रामुख्येन त्रीणि रूपाणि श्री इति
everything, prajna, sampatti, everything.
Yes, that is the meaning. But the moola tatra Shri Bhudurga, Shri iti sthiti, Vishwarup, Vishwasya, Sthitikarta, Vishnurupena vidyate tasya patni Shri iti, Anantaram, the Narayana Lakshmi, if you know a little bit context there. Narayana Lakshmi is the moola rupam iti chintayamas नारायणस्य पत्नी नारायणरूपेण यदा विद्यते परमात्मा भगवान् तदा तदा तत्र तस्य पत्नीरूपेण लक्ष्मी इति नाम्ना सा अभिज्ञाता वर्तते तदनन्तरं श्रीः इति नाम्ना ज्ञाता यदा विष्णुरूपेण हरिः विश्वस्य पालनं करोति तदनन्तरं सृष्टिं करोति तदा भूरूपेण लक्ष्मीदेव्याः रूपं वर्तते संहारकाले दुर्गारूपेण तस्य रूपं भवति श्रीहरे अपि अनेकरूपाणि विद्यन्ते अनेकेषु अवस्थासु अनेकासु अवस्थासु यथा स्थितिसमये पालनसमये सर्जनसमये संहारकाले वेदरूपाणि सः धरति तथैव लक्ष्मी अपि वेदरूपेण तस्य साहाय्यं करोति तत्र सेवां करोति साहाय्यम् इत्युक्ते सेवा साहाय्यं तु तस्य आवश्यकता नास्ति तथापि लक्ष्मी सेवा तस्य श्रीमद्भागवते कति स्कन्धाः सन्ति स्कन्ध 12 स्कन्धाः सन्ति 18 पर्वाणि महाभारते श्रीमद्भागवते there are 12 skandhas in this prathama skandha ditya skandha etc there is nothing about Krishna. Krishnasya katha kevalam dashama skandhe. So all this prathama द्वितीय चतुर्थ तृतीय चतुर्थ पंचम etc येषु हरेः नाना तस्य अवताराणि गीयन्ते कथा अस्ति यथा कुत्रचित् ध्रुवस्य कथा अस्ति कुत्रचित् प्रह्लादस्य कथा हिरण्याक्ष हिरण्यकशिपु etc etc अनन्तरं यदुकुलस्य वर्णनं Manu, Swayambhu Manu, Vayosat Manu, all these and Samudra Manthana, all the avatars, all this coming in the up to Dashama Skanda, up to 9. Dashama Skanda eva Krishnasya avataraha, Sri Krishnasya avataraha. Okay. Then the Dashama Skanda. And Dashama Skanda, that is that covers everything. Done. Krishnasya katha samapti tatra. Samapti means almost done. Then ekadasha skandhe. Then kim bhavati, which we are going to go into part of ekadasha skandha. Tatra Krishnasya avatara samapti. Yadukulasya samhara. Yadukulasya nasha. Paraspara
विग्रहं
परस्पर विग्रहं कृत्वा यदुकुलस्य संहारो भवति तत्र अनन्तरं कृष्णस्य अवतारसमाप्तिः बलरामस्यापि अवतारसमाप्तिः स्वधामगमनं तत्सर्वम् एकादशस्कन्धे एव कथितो वर्तते अनन्तरं द्वादशस्कन्धे इस् अगेन् शार्ट् वन् द्वादशस्कन्धे तत्र परीक्षित राजस्य विषये किञ्चित् कथितमस्ति देन् वेदानां विभागाः Markandeyasya tapasya, Markandeya Rishi. So that is a small one. So after that, Dada Skanda Anantaram Bhagavata Puranasya Samaptihi. So that's all. If you want to read even more detail about Sri Krishnasya Bala Leela, etc., it's also available in the Harivamsham iti Kila Puranam, Upapuranam, you can say. That is like a supplement to Mahabharatam, Harivamsham iti.
किं पुस्तकं महोदय? हरिवंशं.
Harivamsham. That is also like a Puranam, you can consider, but it is called supplement to Mahabharatam. Also called Kila Puranam. Kila means Kila Puranam means the supplemental appendix, like remainder type. That also you can see. Astu. So we are already 9:03. So in this Ekadasha Skanda, we will wrap up now today's session. But in the Ekadasha Skanda, so Yadukulasya Samhara Anantam Krishnasya Parandhamagamam तत्पूर्वं कृष्णस्य अनन्तरम् उद्धवयोः कृष्णोद्धवयोः मध्ये संवादः भवति. So that is called Uddhava Gita. Now who is Uddhava, etc., we'll see next in the next session a little bit before starting the actual part of this Uddhava Gita. In this first part of Uddhava Gita, which is 1200, the 6, 7, 8, 9 especially, so there उद्धव पृच्छति प्रश्नान् पृच्छति भगवता कृष्णेन उत्तराणि दीयन्ते तत्र in this 7, 8, 9 actually there is a part which is about 21-30 slokas which we are going to, my intention to go through them as a Avadhuta Upakhyanam iti. Avadhuta Upakhyanam, or some people also call it Avadhuta Gita. If you search on internet with Avadhuta Gita, you might find something different. Avadhuta Upakhyana, or also you can search if you're interested by 24 gurus of Avadhuta. So they are the one Avadhuta who the name is not specified in Bhagavatam, but some people say it is Dattatreya, whatever. Okay? But you can assume whatever. So this Avadhuta, when asked by who? Yadu Raja meets Krishna is telling Uddhava that once upon a time Raja Yadu, who is Yadu Vanshasya Moola Purusha, right? Raja Yadu, he met Avadhuta, a sannyasi, and that Yadu asked some questions to that Avadhuta, and then Avadhuta tells him in few slokas what he learned from different things he came across in life. Like he said, I didn't do any formal study, so, but I'm happy as a Avadhuta. How I became Avadhuta? By learning these different gunas from different things, or 24 things in the life here. So example like the Panchabhutani, and then Gaja, and some prani, then also including the one Stri and also Shishu, etc. Okay? So simpler one, but again Gahana Vishayah Santi Tatra. So we'll try to see how much we can cover them. Okay? Dhanyawada. Namaskara.
धन्यवादः नमस्कारः राम
नमस्कारः महोदय
अद्यतन अभ्यासः अतीव
धन्यवादः महोदय नमस्कारः
अतीव उत्तमः आसीत्
किम् अद्यतन
अभ्यासः अतीव उत्तमः आसीत् धन्यवादः
yeah
वेरी